Okay, good morning, fourth graders. This is part of your lesson from yesterday, 8-9, that we didn't get through. This is page 300, and we're going to work through this one, and we'll see how that goes, and maybe 301, depends how much we get done. So anyway, we're looking at page 300. It says, students in a teen living class are sewing children's shorts for a fundraiser. They will sell each pair of shorts for $7.50. Use the information in the table to solve the number stories. Include drawings or equations to show how you solved each. So then it has the amount of fabric needed to do each of these. Monique wants to sew 3 pairs of triple or double XL shorts. So we know how to multiply fractions and whole numbers. So 3 pairs, 1 1/4. We're going to do this in 2 steps. 3 times 1, and then if we were going to do the 1/4, it would be 3 over 1. So go ahead and solve both of those, and then figure out what you get, and we'll have to probably do some steps from there. Okay, so if you pause me, 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 times 1 is 3. The denominator, 1 times 4 is 4. So here you should have had 3 4 yards because we just got to add those together. So that's pretty easy. Now it's the same basic concept for number 2. Kent wants to sew 4 pairs of medium shorts. Make sure you have this before I get rid of it. Except this time we're doing by 4. So medium shorts are 7/8. This time we only have to do one problem. It's going to be 4 times 7/8, but you know that we need to put that over 1. And then we multiply. Okay, go ahead and solve this. Remember, you just multiply straight across. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. 4 times 7, 28. And 1 times 8, 8. So what this problem now becomes, we wouldn't say 28/8 of a yard, so we have to make this an make this a mixed number. Oh, my bad, not 3. Sorry. It should be 28 divided by 8. So go ahead and solve that. That should get you your answer for this. Okay, when you think about how many 8s can go into 28, 8, 16, 24, you can only do 3. 8 times 3 is 24, and you subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. That would be 0. So your answer is whole number. This is your whole number. Here's your numerator. And here's your denominator. So you get 3 and 4/8. If you had 3 1/2, that would also be a good one. Alright, looking at number 3. Josiah sewed 5 pairs of small shorts. Meredith sewed 3 pairs of XL shorts. Who used more fabric? Or did they use the same amount? Explain your thinking. So we got 2 problems to solve here. What we got to do first, we got to figure out how much each of those are. You can probably look back. Smalls are 3/4, and XLs are 1 1/8. So we're going to have to do 2 problems here. The first one is 5 over 1, because there's 5 pairs, times 3/4. Now I can erase that, because I know that. The second one I'm going to do in a different color. This one we got to do in 2 steps. 3 times the whole number, and 3 over 1, I'm going to delete this now, times 1/8, like that. And then we'll have to combine those. So figure out what 5 times 3/4 is. There you're going to have an improper fraction that you're going to have to reduce. And here you're going to end up with 2 that you should just be able to add together. Pause me and solve this. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, so over here, 15 divided by 4 is your step to make sure you find your whole number there. Over here, 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3 over 8. Combine these and you get, for the XL shorts, 3 and 3/8. Now, hopefully, you've solved this division problem. If you haven't, pause me and do it. 4 goes in there 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12, and we subtract. And 15 minus 12 is 3. So here you'd have 3 and 3/4. So now we've got to combine these, or compare them rather, not combine them. They both use 3 full, I believe it's yards. Are we doing yards or is it? I lost my spot. Yep. So each of them use 3 holes. But here's where you got to compare. You got to compare what 3/8 is to 3/4. And if you think about 3/8, it's less than half. 3 out of 8 is less than 4 out of 8, and 4 out of 8 is half. Here, 3/4 is more than half. So that would tell me that Josiah used more. So you'd want to say something like, who used the most? Josiah. He used 3 3/4, and Meredith used 3 3/8. 3/4, that could be a period, is larger than 3/8. And that's pretty much it. Alright, we got a couple more to look at here. Alright, this time Omar wants to sew 2 pairs of large, 3 pairs of mediums, and 2 pairs of extra small. How much fabric does he need? So I see 3 problems here. We're going to call it the large blue, the 3 pairs of mediums, those are going to be red, and the 2 pairs of excess I'm going to do in green. So taking a look at the blue, if we're doing large, I'm looking in the wrong spot, a large is 1, that's easy. Hey, check out this problem. Each large needs 1 yard, so 2 times 1. For the medium, it's going to be 3 times whatever that fraction is. You try and finish that before I do it. Pause me. So it should be 3 times 7/8, but of course you know you're going to put that over 1. And then the extra small is 5/8, so try and write your equation for that. 2 over 1 times 5/8. Alright, so here we go. This one's super easy. 2 times 1. 2. Now solve the red and the green. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 times 8 is 8. Over here, 2 times 5 is... Oh, I knocked the blue off. That's weird. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 8 is 8. Okay, so with these two, I think what I would do first is just combine them because they're both 8s. I have 21/8 and 10/8, so that would be, you can't really see that. 21 plus 10 is 31/8, which means we need to divide. So go ahead and try and solve that one now. What we did earlier should help you. The answer again is 3. 8 times 3 is 24. Because 8 times 4 is 32, that would be too much. You can't do that, you got to cross out the 3, make it a 2. That becomes 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. So your answer is 3 7/8 for that. But you got to remember, we also had this 2 over here. So 3 7/8 plus 2 should get you that. And obviously the answer would be 5 7/8. I just use that line as my fractional. Alright, hey, I want you guys to take a look at number 5. It says, Braden sewed 7 pairs of small and Chelsea sewed 5 pairs of XXL. Who used less fabric? So I want you to try and solve for Braden and then solve for Chelsea. I'll help you get those set up. Braden sewed 7 small, and it's going to be small, so I know that it's going to be a fraction. 7 over 1, and smalls were 3/4. In Chelsea, she sewed 5 pairs of XXL, so that means we're going to have 2 problems here. 5 times 1, and the fractional 5 over 1 times 1/4. So go ahead, when you solve these, you're going to have to add them together. Go ahead and solve those 2. So I'll give you a second there to pause me and work through them if you haven't already. Here, 7 times 3 is 21 over 4. And you can't leave it that way. You've got to divide so we can compare the whole numbers. 21 divided by 4. Over here, we've got 5 times 1, which is 5. 5 over 1, or 5 times 1 is 5 over 4. So you're also going to have to divide 5 by 4. So pause me and solve those. Okay, when I look at this, I know that it takes 5 fours to make 20, so I subtract, and I get 5 and 1/4 for an answer. Now over here, how many fours can go into 5? 1. Okay, so I get 1 and 1/4. Well, that's equal to 5 fourths, but I need to know how much I have total, which would make this 6 and 1/4. So, who used less fabric? It was Braden. And how much less? You should be able to do that in your head. You have 6 1/4, and I have 5 1/4. So, 1/4 minus 1/4 is 0. 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 more yard. All right. The only thing I didn't assign for you for math boxes yesterday were just a couple of them. So we'll take a look at them. And I guess because I'm doing this, I'm going to assign this one, I'll assign the rest of them. So every pint is made up of 2 quarts. Every quart is made up of 2 pints. So when you're going this way, from quarts to pints, you have to multiply that by 2. So if you're going back to do C, you've got to divide by 2. And same thing here. Every pint is 2 cups. So to go from here to here, this time it's a multiply by 2. So to figure this one out, divide by 2, this one multiply by 2. And now we're going to look at 6, which is the one I said I wasn't going to assign yesterday. But now I'm going to, because why not? Okay, Ty's Trophies is sending 6 trophies for each of 3 different sports. The bowling trophy weighs 3 3/8. So I'm going to use all my space that I have here. You need to do 6 times 3 3/8. And then you need to do, because that's the bowling, the softball trophy is 2 1/8. So that would be 6 times 2 1/8. And the basketball is 2 7/8. So that's 6 times 2 7/8. Now, I recommend doing this as 2 problems. But your other option would be to change these back into improper fractions. So let's hypothetically say I was doing the bowling one. I would do 6 times 3 and 6 over 1 times 3 over 8. And then this is going to get you an improper fraction. But the answer is you got to solve all of these and add them up. And I will go over that work with you tomorrow. All right, guys, take care.